Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker and this is Living in Austin. Today we are going to talk about the top 4 reasons why you should move to Austin. So let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am Zoe Wafelbakker with Agape Property Group here in Austin, Texas. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking us out. Make sure that you hit that little subscribe button below and that notification bell next to it so that you get notified every time that we upload a video. And we're doing that every week. All about the things that you might want to know before you move to a new city. What it's like to work, eat, play, sleep, buy houses, all the things that you might need to know. Because no doubt if you are visiting this channel right now, you are curious about all of those things. Now, as much as we love making these videos, guys, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Texas. And we love helping people even more buy and sell homes here in Texas. Now, so if you're looking at relocating, give us a call, drop us a text, do all those things. You've got our details below. We absolutely love helping people relocate to Austin. It can be a tricky time sometimes, and we love to navigate that. So you've got our phone number, email, and all those things. Give us a call, and we'd love to hear from you and what your plans are. Now, enough about that. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough at the moment. Top four reasons why you should move to Austin, Texas. Now we've got to start with the number 1. It's a cool city. Like, it's a cool city. It's just a cool city. Now, why is it a cool city? Like, such an awesome music scene, and I haven't actually really gone into the music scene a lot on my previous videos, but really, like, there is music everywhere, and so it's just got such a cool music scene. All the big bands come here. We get the festivals. We've got ACL, we have South by Southwest and all the other festivals that are going on. And it's just got a cool vibe because it's got that kind of music scene going on, and there's such a kind of eclectic mix of people that just makes it cool. Apart from that, you've got awesome lake. Well, it was a river that was put into a lake, bang smack in the middle of Austin. So although we don't have a sea, we do have lots of water. And so you've got that lake, and doing paddle boarding and all that kind of stuff is just awesome. Running around the lake, if you're into running, walking around the lake if you're not. It's cool. And then going further out, you know, west, northwest way, you've got Lake Travis. So if you want to get into boating, and a real tickle in my throat at the moment. You can get into boating, and that you can live, you know, on the river, on the lake. Keep saying river. You can live on the lake, which is amazing. It's super cool. It's just got a great vibe to it, and I think that's the thing. And what I would also say is, like, there's different vibes in different parts of the city. You know, when we first moved here, our realtor was like, sent us off in a direction, and it was like, this is not really our jam at all. And then the actual realtor that we really started working with, he was like, I think you'd be more into South Austin, you know? And it was like, yeah, this is us. And that's what's kind of cool, is like, you've got different vibes to different parts of the city. So yeah, it's a cool city, and there's so much to do here as well. And like, let's not forget, you know, I'm New Zealander, English, we've got to talk about the weather. You know, yeah, it's hot, and this year we've had a stinking hot summer, but for the most part, outside of those, you know, 4 or 5 months, it's got a really lovely climate. Winters, you typically can't beat. we had snow last year, but that's fine. But you know, it's got outside of like June to end of August, with the exception of 2022, it's typically a really lovely climate. So, you know, there's your number one. Not going to go on about it. There's plenty of other videos on our channel that you can see more about that. Number two, the second reason why you should move to Austin. It's a tech hub. You know, everywhere that you read, if you like tech hub, Google tech hub, Austin's always like hitting number one, top like two, you know, top three. It really, really is. And there's like over 8,300 tech employers in Austin. That's a huge amount. And something like over 64,000 jobs, tech jobs that were listed last year. That's a lot. I don't need to overemphasize that. So there's great job opportunities if you're here. And not only that, and this is something else as well, you've got really great educational facilities as well if you want to, you know, broaden. There's pretty popular state university, Texas University here, other one down the road as well, Texas State. So, you know, you can, you know, further your education in tech or in any other way as well. That's a bonus. And speaking of the whole unemployment thing, like the unemployment in Austin is like 3%. Nationwide, it's 3.7%. And so, you know, it's got a great infrastructure. And a lot of the things, this is kind of important, that economists look at with regards to, you know, the big R's, recessions, is what is a country or a state or a city's unemployment like. That's a major factor to determining, you know, how well they're going to get through like a recession. I'm no economist, but that's what the economist said last time I went to see him. And because we've got such a low unemployment level, that puts us in a really, really solid ground. So I'm going to leave the economist-like things there, but ultimately we've got a lot of tech employers and there are a lot of job opportunities, which is always a plus in any city. Moving on to number three. We'll do three like that. Let's talk about houses. You're going to live here, you might want to buy a house, maybe. I know a good realtor. No, inventory. Inventory at the moment, number three is inventory. So if you are looking at buying a house, holy moly, like inventory is between like 3.5 months to 4 months at the minute, okay? And that's changing. And seriously, guys, like look back on some of my older videos, like back in February and March, we had like 2 weeks of inventory. And what that means is if all the houses stopped going on the market, we stopped putting any new houses on the market, we would run out of houses in that amount of time. So we'd run out of houses between 3.5 to 4 months at the minute. And beforehand that was 14 days. Like, that's crazy. So your opportunity, like as I bounce about this, to buy something and choose what you actually want is amazing. And yes, okay, I'm not a lender, but I'm going to mention that rate word. Yes, the rates have gone up. However, what I would say to you is that you're not competing against 34 other offers. You're not having to do like give your new firstborn child as part of the offer package. You're not like waiving appraisals and all that kind of stuff, and so you're not having to come up with this massive difference in the appraisal, you know, as well as the deposit, and the prices, you know, they've calmed down a little bit, you know. So, and ask it. Give me a call and I'll show you on the screen the MLS, all the price reductions and what have you. So it is an awesome opportunity. And get back to that whole interest rate thing. Yeah, they have gone up, but there's something that lenders say, and I think I find it quite funny, is marry the house and date the rate. the rates will eventually come down. Are they going to come down to 2% again or 2.5%? I don't know. I'm not an economist, remember? But they will, I expect they will probably come down at some point. And then you're in an amazing house. So anyway, that's kind of something to consider. You've got a lot of options at the moment, and for such a long time you really didn't. And I was just talking to a realtor friend, actually the guy that actually helped us buy our very first house here earlier, about 2 hours ago, and we're just talking about the market, as we do, and we're just talking about what might happen in the spring if we're going to go back to the seasonal thing. So I don't know, and he was the same. It's like, don't know if it's going to last like this, or if it's going to go back into its seasonal patterns like it used to, 2019 and before, of it's spring being the massive pickup again. So yeah, there could be a really, really good opportunity for you now, if you are looking at now. So don't write it off. Don't write it off. Now the fourth one is, man, Texas is growing. I met a guy. I met a guy at the beginning of this year who's such an interesting chap. He's like leading the project to have a cycle path from Barton Springs down to the Springs in San Antonio. It's a 100-mile trail, kind of hike and bike trail, amazing. And he's like leading that project, which is pretty cool. And he told me this data way back in January when I met him, that the Austin San Antonio corridor, it currently has like 4.5 million people. By 2030, they're expecting between 6 and 7 million. That's a huge amount. Now, I was trying to fact check this next one, because I'm pretty sure he said from 2050 there should be something like 10 million. I couldn't find the actual data on that, so don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure he said that. Anyway, it's going to be more, and we've seen Austin grow so much. Like back in the 1950s, what was it? There was like 137,000 people, and now we've got like, what is it? Sorry, I've got to look at my notes here. 2.1 million. It is growing. It is growing. Now, that might be an absolute, con to you. And you're like, oh my gosh, I want it to be what it was, 15 years ago. Or it might be a major, major pro. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a dynamic city. It's growing. There's massive opportunity. So that's kind of your call on if it's a pro or con for you or not. But it's what's happening, and I don't think we're stopping it. And looking at some of those skyscrapers downtown in Austin that are going up and that are projected to be built, I don't think it's stopping anytime soon. So yeah, opportunity could be a big old thing. But that's it, guys. I'm not going to do a ridiculously long video on this one, but there's 4 things for you to consider if you are thinking about Austin as a home. Now, if you are thinking about it, reach out, have the phone call, drop us text, give us a call, whatever you like. You've got our details below. Seriously, I'd love to hear from you. I'm the one that picks up the phone, and just love to have a chat about what your plans are. So give us a call. And until next time, have a good one.